Wait right in there.
Hi there.
Hello, how are you guys doing?
Good, what can we do for you?
I just need to go to the pharmacy to pick up a prescription.
Yeah. You ask the temperature and ask a couple questions, and then we'll send it on over.
All right. Can you scan my wrist instead of my forehead?
I'm unable to do that. You'll also need to have
Why do I have to have a mask?
It's
it's
just the
required.
hospital.
It's required. Oh, okay. But you guys discriminate?
No, we don't, but you won't be allowed to get your prescription. You don't.
Why not? Because there's Washington state laws that say you can't discriminate against that,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Yeah.
There's a policy, it's several different times as you entered into the hospital.
Right.
That said you have to have a mask on.
Right.
You've chosen to come in here without a mask, so I'm offering you one. If you
Yeah.
don't want one, you won't be able to go.
So I saw the policy up there, but
Yeah.
like every other place I've been into, like their policy is for employees, not for
Okay,
visitors.
I'm happy to call security,
Sure.
and they can explain it to you.
Sure.
Okay, you can step out of the hospital.
Well, I'll just wait over here.
I've explained it several times.
Wow, you're a tyrant.
Yeah.
Well, I'll wait for security. Do you have like an enforceable code number?
Sir, I've
Yeah.
explained it more than once.
Why are you being so mean to me? I'm trying to get my son's medication and you guys are trying to discriminate against me when you don't have any enforceable code. There's no enforceable code. Like in Washington state, for a security member or a law enforcement officer to put their hands on me or trespass me, there has to be
I'm not
unlawful
gonna argue
activity.
with you. Exit the hospital.
Why? What did I do that was unlawful?
You're talking without a mask on.
That's unlawful to talk without a mask on?
It's violating our policy. Please
Does
leave.
your policy apply to me? Can you show me how?
Please leave.
I'll come over here so I don't so that you don't cause a disturbance. Can I get your name since you're making threats to me? Can I get your name since you're making threats to me?
You're violating the law. You need to turn
What
that
law
off.
am I violating?
You need to turn that off.
What law am I violating?
So our hospital policies, you have the right to refuse being videotaped and recorded instead of having it here. We do ask you to not record, possibly the video, but not.
So you guys can take away my rights? Is that what you're trying to say?
Right to
Go ahead. I don't want
right
to
to
disturb this
facility.
gentleman. You guys are causing a disturbance and I don't want him to be bothered. So you guys go ahead. You can't force me to, man. You don't have the authority to do that. Oh, she's very upset. While we're here, I'm just going to say here. So this is RCW 49.60.215, unfair practices of places of public resort, accommodation, assemblage. I'm reading it right here. And amusement. It shall be unfair practice for any person or the person's agent or employee to commit an act which directly or indirectly results in any distinction, restriction, or discrimination, or the requiring of any person to pay a larger sum than the uniform rates charged for other persons, or the refusing or withholding from any person the admission, patronage, custom, presence, frequenting, dwelling, staying, or lodging in any place of public resort, accommodation, assemblage, except for conditions and limitations established by law and applicable to all persons regardless of race, creed, color, national origin, citizenship, or immigration status. sexual orientation, sex, honorably discharged veteran or military status, as a mother breastfeeding her child, presence of any sensory, mental, or physical disability, or the use of a trained dog guide or service animal by a person with a disability, provided this section shall not be construed to require structural changes, modifications, or additions to make any place accessible to a person with a disability, except as otherwise required by law. Provided that behavior or actions constituting a risk to the property or other persons can be grounds for refusal and shall not constitute an unfair practice. So that's the unfair practices law. And this is RCW 49.60.040, which is the definitions of human rights law in Washington. Now it says any place of public resort, accommodation, assemblage, or amusement includes but is not limited to any place licensed or unlicensed, kept for gain, hire, or reward, where charges are made for admission, service, occupancy, or use of any property or facilities, whether conducted for the entertainment, housing, or lodging of transient guests, for the benefit use of accommodations for those seeking health, recreation, or rest, for the burial or other disposition of human remains, or for the sale of goods, merchandise, services, personal property, or for the rendering of personal services, or for the public conveyance of transportation on land, water, or in the air, including stations and terminals thereof, of garaging of vehicles, or where food or beverages of any kind are sold for consumption on the premises, or where public amusement, entertainment, sports, recreation of any kind is offered with or without charge, or where medical service or care is made available, or where the public gathers, congregates, or assembles for amusement, recreation, or public purposes, or public halts, public elevators, public washrooms, or buildings and structures occupied by two or more tenants, where the owner, blah, 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 blah. So that's just establishing that I'm here lawfully. This is a public accommodation unless I can't trespass. And so that's what the Washington trespass law is right here, RCW 9A.52.90. These are the defenses. The premises were at the time open to members of the public, and the actor complied with all lawful conditions imposed on the access. Here we go. Here's a gentleman we can speak with. Why do I need to do that? So why am I being asked to leave? Is this not an open and public accommodation? Is this not an open and public accommodation? Well, healthcare services are provided. Can I show you that this is the, show you this right here. The definitions for the human rights law says right in there that if this is an open and public accommodation, which it is, then you cannot make me leave unless you're gonna use force on me. Are you gonna use force on me?
Rules.
You're gonna put your hands on me?
If you refuse to leave, then you're trespassing.
How, okay, so the trespass law right here, it says right here, this is RCW 9A.52.90. The premises were at the time open to members of the public, right?
Yep.
The actor complied with all lawful conditions. So what lawful condition am I not complying with?
You're not complying with the mandates.
So is that a law or a suggestion? Because a law has a code, right? Any code that's like any law that's enforceable on a member of the public, it has to have a code behind it, right? So if you can provide me a code so I can look up and verify that it is a law that I would be breaking by remaining here, then I want to comply with the laws. But if it's not a law, then I have no reason to comply. And I'm just trying to get medication for my son. I mean, you guys aren't even offering me like an accommodation. But how do you know that's not bad for my health? I mean, you're already going to shoot my pineal gland with a temperature reader that the directions of the temperature reader say, unless I've been acclimated to this 20 minutes, it's not accurate. So your whole screening process isn't doing it.
Let's talk outside.
Tell you what, I will go outside and talk with you only because you guys are discriminating against me, and I don't want a disturbance to be caused for other people here for healthcare needs, not for any other reason. And you have like a taser, you've already threatened force against me, so I'm coerced to move out here, right? No, you said that you were going to use force if I didn't come out here. It's on camera. This is live on the internet right now, brother. Now you're trying to law that says I have to wear a mask to go in there, then I'm going back in there and getting my son's medication. Thank you. And ask him to bring the law that says I have to do that, please. Yeah, I know when these tyrants do this kind of stuff, you got to document it well when they take away our rights. What's that? No, I didn't actually. I was kind of paying attention to something else.
We can't film in a hospital.
Who says that? Who says
Privacy.
that? Why were there patients out in the hallway? That's the open.
People
That's a.
coming in.
But that's the public part of. That's the public part of the hospital. I didn't go in
You
any
can film
rooms.
on the street, not
So
from-
what? Again, what law says I can't do that? Because I need laws apply to me. Policy applies to personnel, not me. Like when I go into Walmart, I don't have to wear their blue vest. Their policy says everybody that goes in there has to wear a blue vest, right? But I don't have to do it because I'm not an employee. That's their policy.
That is a policy for patrons.
Well, at Walmart, their policy says that, but I don't have to because I'm a patron, like you said. Your policy, if you have jurisdiction over me, then I would happily put on a mask. But so far, you've presented nothing that says you have jurisdiction over.
We have jurisdiction in this hospital.
But it's open to the public, correct? You have jurisdiction over employees.
Wear a mask or you can't go in.
Jurisdiction over employees.
No.
Yes,
We can ask you to leave.
you can ask me to leave. You're correct.
Yes.
But unless, as this
And if you
trespassing law
refuse,
says right
then
here,
you are trespassing.
as it says right here, the premises were at the time open to members of the public and the law actor complied with all lawful conditions. So if you, like I said, if you present me with a law, I have to wear a
Trespassing.
mask.
I asked you to leave.
I
You
literally
said-
just read the defenses for trespassing. It doesn't say if you are asked to leave. That's not it, dude.
That's what trespassing, that's the definition.
All
of
right,
trespassing.
let's see about that.
Okay.
That's the definition of trespassing. That's interesting. You understand that, so you're trying to tell me that there's laws and then you're not following them because the trespassing law, it says this is criminal trespass defenses. The premises were at the time open to members of the public and the actor complied with all lawful conditions imposed on access. So you're telling me a policy, but policy is not law, right? Is policy law?
We have rules here, though.
But this says if it's open to the public, and I can,
Okay,
I just
and when
showed
I
you
ask you
that,
to
which
leave,
this is a public
And then you
accommodation.
refuse.
So you leaving, is that, you asking me to leave, is that a law? Are you the
Yes, I did
legislature
ask you
that
to
create, but is that a law? Or is that just you saying, I don't want this person in here, I'm gonna discriminate
Because
against
you're
him, I want him to
filming and
leave?
refusing to wear a mask.
So what law, I'm asking you for laws that say that I can't film and that I have to wear a mask. That's what I'm asking for. If you can produce it, I will abide. Sure, because your lead will probably want to read it, right? So we got Officer Cummings here. He's the first one who's trying to violate my rights. I didn't get the lady's name in there. She was very tyrannical, but was too sheepish to actually give me her name, even though she's going to Call of Duty use force on me. Hello.
What's going on?
So I'm just trying to pick up my son's medication, and he's trying to trespass me with lie, bro. He's trying to make me leave, and there's no like lawful reason for me to. This is open to the public. I've got documentation of RCWs, criminal defenses for trespassing. It says right here that if the premises were at the time open to members of the public and the actor complied with all lawful conditions imposed on access, remaining on the premises, that's a defense for criminal trespass. So all I'm asking for is he said it's policy that I have to have a mask. But I'm asking, this says in order for you guys to make me leave, it has to be breaking a law, not a policy. So I'm asking for a law that I'm breaking.
You still have to wear a mask if you're in the
So
hospital. or not.
So what
That's
says that?
hospital
Because
policy.
that's
It is a
discriminating.
private property.
Yeah, but it's open to the
private
public. Okay, so
property
here,
is
let me go to
able
this.
to-
So human rights of Washington State.
Okay,
Or
you can read
CW
all of
40
that stuff all you want. That's totally
So you
fine.
don't care about law. You guys don't follow
This
law
is the
here.
law. This is the policy of the hospital
No,
because
that's
it is
not
private
law.
property.
So what's the law? What's the code number that tells me
Private.
it's
I
a
don't
law?
have to tell
Look,
you that. It's private property.
you do. If you're going to
You either wear
enforce
a mask
something,
if you're going to come in, or you don't need
so are
to
you
come
going to
into our
use
premises.
force to keep me out?
We can call the police. Absolutely.
So you guys are threatening, you're coercing me to leave without a
Oh,
law.
I didn't tell you to leave at all. I said you are absolutely free to come in here
Okay,
with the
well,
mask.
you didn't tell me to leave.
With
Then I'm
the
going to go
mask,
get my.
sir.
Well, what? So what
With the
policy?
mask.
Can you tell
No.
me a code number that says that?
Sierra 1120.
So again, what's a code number that says that?
It's private property, you have to follow the rules.
Okay, so you guys aren't interested in law, you're citing law. This is what's crazy. So it says right here again, let me read this. Human rights law, the definitions. Okay, let's go to this right here. Any place of public resort, accommodation, assemblage, or amusement, okay, includes but is not limited to any place licensed or unlicensed, kept for gain, hire, or reward, where charges are made for admission, service, occupancy, or use of any property or facilities, whether conducted for the entertainment, housing,
So, sir,
or
I don't mean to
lodging of
interrupt you, I
transient
apologize,
guests,
but
or
are
the
you here to
benefit
pick up
use.
medication or not?
Yes, I am. I
Is
already
that
said
the,
that.
okay, so all
You
you
guys
have to do is
haven't
put
even
on a
off-
mask and get your
You guys haven't
medication.
even offered me an accommodation.
There are no accommodations at the hospital. You
So,
wear a mask
so
or
you
don't.
guys cannot give me medication unless
No,
I
I'm
do
not
something
refusing
that's
you
bad for my
medication.
health.
You're refusing to
No,
follow
you,
policy.
no. You are, I went in there to get it. There's
Without a mask.
nothing that applies to me to go into there. I
you
keep
don't.
asking you what code,
It
what
doesn't
law,
matter.
what
Either
law,
you want to wear a mask and go in and get the
what
medication,
law,
or you can go
what
elsewhere
law,
and get one.
what law,
Those are your
what
options.
law,
No, those are your
what
options.
law? So you're gonna use force on me if I go back in there.
You
You're
not
gonna
allowed
put
in
your
the
hands-
hospital without a
Are
mask.
you gonna put your hands on me?
That's the simple
Are
rules.
you
You're
gonna
not
put your
allowed in the
hands on
hospital
me?
without a mask.
Are you gonna put your hands on
We
me?
are allowed to if we have
Are you
to.
gonna use force on me?
If we have to, we are allowed.
What law
Because
is
you are not
allowing you to
following
use
hospital
force?
policy.
What law is allowing you to use force?
So I'm going to call the police.
What law is
Because
allowing
you
you
are
to
now
use force?
Considered trespassing.
You haven't
on
even
property.
asked me to leave. You just said that. And I haven't broken any law. Okay, so everybody watching this live, I'm at Sacred Heart Medical Center. You guys might want to call and start telling them they're discriminating and they're breaking laws. So like right here, anything like, for example, if I go to one of those disabled parking spots, it has a code associated. That's how it's enforceable, right? That's how the cops can write me a ticket if I park there without a disabled thing, right? So that means this, if it's lawful,
But it's
it has to
private
have a
property.
code. Sir, what did I just say? It's a public accommodation. You're sitting here trying to enforce laws and you have no idea. You're a freaking moron, dude. You're an idiot. That's what you sound like, you moron. Orange, or if you're a female, a male, transgender, or whatever, they can discriminate according to these people. It doesn't matter. All you have to have a code to enforce anything. They walk around with tasers, so they think they have authority over people, and they threaten force to coerce people to abide by their whims. That's all it is, because they have been provided no code. Can you guys provide a code for me? What did you tell me? Did you tell me a code number?
Ignorance of the law is not an excuse for breaking it.
Yeah, exactly. You're the one breaking it, dude. You don't even want to hear it. How ignorant you are. I looked it up before I came. Have you ever looked up the trespassing code in the state of Washington?
Really,
I did, but that's why I have it printed out in my pocket. Cummings. I know, at least you have the bravado, the courage to display your name when you're taking away people's rights. She over here doesn't. She wants to hide her name. So the lady in there. You guys are live on the internet too. You haven't provided anything for this. No codes that are enforceable. You guys must be proud of yourselves. You guys would have fit in well in Nazi Germany. You don't have your Jew star. You can't come in. You would have performed very well for the Nazis. Hitler would have been very proud of you guys. Yeah, you're right. Big mouth isn't saying much. Whoever said that. right? They are just following orders, right? Just following orders, earning fiat currency, aren't you? Taking away people's rights so you guys can have stuff. Makes you feel pretty good. Those are good ethics, huh? Working at a Catholic hospital, no less. Hilarious. You guys are hilarious. This is the only one with any decency right here, this guy coming up.
Ready?
Yes,
Meet down here.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, no
I
problem.
will deal with you guys later. Thank you for your tyrannical deeds. Spencer, thank you. Do I park? Of course I know where I parked. Okay, so we will be coming back and doing this again. Okay, guys, so that's my first experience trying to do this. Obviously, I provided good codes and all that, and they could provide no lawful reason for me to have to leave. The lady who wouldn't give me her name said they provided no accommodations, but Spencer at least did provide an accommodation and allowed me to have my son's medication. So I appreciate that. I'm heading out to Montana tomorrow to see my family for Christmas, so I wanted to get the medication, and it's Sunday afternoon. I need to get home and pack. But we were just going to give them their first test, and they were highly tyrannical. So anyways, here we are. Like I said, this is Sacred Heart Medical Center that we're at. I will list the phone numbers later so that you guys can call and educate them on what and how they violated my rights, and they will be being served with some complaints. It's not okay. Yep. All right, I'm just going to keep this on for as long as I can. I'm hooked up to their Wi-Fi. I'm just going to keep it on while I go back to my vehicle. I do have my body cam on as well, but I'll probably lose their Wi-Fi here pretty soon. But I just wanted you guys to see, mainly, turn the camera back around. Sorry, I'm shaky. It's kind of chilly out here.